Welcome back to the AB Scout Project. I'm Krager. This is Alpha Bravo, and today we've got the Constructicon hook and long haul set, and that's pretty cool. You got hook and long haul here. That's really neat. You got your names up there. You've got long haul and hook over here. You've got product shots and a little shot of the movie with Devastator up there, so that's pretty cool. You got Devastator over here, and you got Legal on bottom. So that's about it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. First off, we got Hook, and he looks pretty good. I mean, he looks like the animation, so can't really complain. Got the giant hook on the back. Pretty neat. You can take it off, but you can leave it like that and give it a little bit more sturdiness back there. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Head's on a ball joint. Arms, you kind of got to flip that up, and then you can do whatever you want with the arms. The elbow is way down here in the forearm, and then the swivel is up here on the shoulder, so weird arms, but otherwise pretty good. Legs got plenty of clearance to do whatever it is you want to do. He's got some ankle tilt, got some stuff in the way, but that's enough to get the job done. So, yeah. Not much to say about him. He looks good. I'm not going to do the comparison to the CBB or the Combiner Wars just because, you know, these are about midway and these are good size. So if you want to see the comparisons, go ahead and check out the Scavenger and Bone Crusher review. But for now, we're just going to show this guy. We'll compare it to the Bone Crusher. Let's see, they look pretty good together. He's a little bit taller. Not too bad. We'll compare him to Scavenger. So yeah, looks pretty good. He's still pretty tall, but then he's one of the center components. So yeah, makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and actually, before we do that, do one thing of business. We're not going to say, because we've already said that Scavenger and Bone Crusher were the new winners. We're not going to do a winner segment. We're just going to do a review of these guys and push on through. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy's vehicle mode. And here we have Hook in his crane mode. He looks pretty good. Very hookish, very G1, so pretty neat. Yeah, I'm not going to bring out the other CBB or the Combiner Wars. We saw that in the last video. We know that this is a good mid-range and a decent compromise, but we'll go ahead and bring in Bone Crusher so you can see what he looks like next to Bone Crusher. Not too bad. And Scavenger. Pretty cool. All about the same size. I'm actually pretty excited about this set. I can't wait for him to finish it out. And we'll bring in Earthrise Prime, just to give you an idea of the size there. So, pretty neat. He rolls well. Crane comes up, extends out that far. The hook does swing. So pretty neat, and this does come off. So you can do as you will with that. But yeah. I have a hard time getting these to retab. That's about my only complaint about these guys, that this just does not want to tab back into the foot, because that arm, because that's the foot. There's the slot, there's the tab, but the two just don't want to get together. For some reason, they don't want to get together. But that's my only complaint. Otherwise, it's a really decent vehicle. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go on the long haul. And here we have Long Haul and his trailer. We'll talk about this more in vehicle mode. It doesn't really have a base mode. It just has this compact mode. I guess you could call that a base. You know, something he can stand behind. It's cover. Anyway, we'll talk about that more in the vehicle mode. But here we got Bone Crusher. He looks really good. That face sculpt looks like it should. The legs look like the cartoon, so I'm really liking that. Still a little malproportioned, but he still looks pretty good. He's definitely looks like somebody who'll be the muscle of your crew. Take a spin. I don't like that these wheels are just hanging out there. I wish they'd given us one more hinge to swivel those in. That would have been nice, but otherwise, it's pretty nice. So, as far as articulation, head is on the ball joint, but not really much until he's just looking down into himself. So, but the arms spin, do whatever. This is the ball joint does most of the heavy lifting for the bicep flex and swivel. There's no wrist because of the flip out hand. Legs do all that. Completely compressed just because that's what it has to do for transformation. And there, I guess you could have a knee down here. So if you want a smaller knee, there's a knee down there you can use. So, and extreme ankle tilt. So he's pretty well articulated. Probably the best long haul we've gotten. And so, yeah, not too bad. All right, since we're on the second guy of this set, we'll move him over. We'll bring in the rest of the party. Just so you can see all the ones thus far. All right, Alpha, you're going to get kicked out because there's not enough room here for everybody. There we go. Now you can see all the Constructicons thus far together. And they look pretty good. I think that, I mean, some proportion problems. These two are great. But overall, I'm pretty happy with them. I can't wait till we get our last two. All right, let's check out the dump truck mode. Long haul with the trailer. With those wings back there, that's giving me heavy God Bomber vibes. But it packs away pretty well. And you can see that it has kind of the rocket launcher look. So that's pretty neat. It tows pretty well. There's a little attachment here. It's a pretty stubby attachment, so it comes out pretty easy. But you do kind of have to, see the holes in there. Stubby tabs in here. Stubby pegs over here. So you kind of split the legs, put it together, smoosh it, and that's it. And of course this came off the side back here. But yeah. Pretty neat. Go ahead and move Alpha out of the way just so you can see this guy from all the angles. It looks really good. Made it look like this is a container, so that's pretty neat. So overall, it's a pretty good trailer. Not too bad. So we'll go ahead and take that off for now just to facilitate these comparisons. Alright, I think he looks really good. I mean, it looks just like the G1 did, just popped up. Yeah, he just looks really good. Alright, we'll bring in his pack mate. Bring in Hook here so you can see them together. There's Scavenger. And Bone Crusher. And then we'll bring in Earthrise Prime just so you can see the size of it. Definitely two different sized people driving those. And that's why we focus on scaling the robot modes, because doing it by the people would be very weird. But, yeah. Alright. Now that we've gone over their vehicle modes, let's go ahead and take a look at the Devastator thus far. And here we have the Devastator mode. Ish. Yeah, we're still missing a Mixmaster and Scavenger, but now you get an idea of how big he is. Just have to have a couch to prop him up. So before we go into his articulation, we're going to go ahead and do the size compare while he's still standing. And you see, he's just a smidge taller than Superion. So, yeah, it works. It's fine. It'll work. So pretty cool. And you can already see him next to Alpha Bravo there. Bring in Earthrise Prime. So you can see how he compares there. So pretty cool. Alright, now we'll go ahead and... Because we don't have the full figure, but the articulation should be the same. This tabs in, the front shield tabs into the treads here. Sometimes better than others. Because that's all just going to come apart now that I'm trying to futz with it. But anyway, you can do a full 360 here. And it looks like it's a little loose in this direction, but it still holds the gun pretty well. So not bad. Of course, has all the swivel. Has this because it's really just a peg in there. These just pop off like the old G1 fists used to do. And then, of course, the legs and do. We'll go to the single leg he has. It hits the kibble back here, and you kind of see all the kibble back there. There's knee bend. He does a really good knee bend there. He does have ankle tilt included. So that's pretty cool. So he's going to be a pretty good action figure like Superion. So I think it'll be pretty neat once we get Mixmaster and Scavenger. And of course, I'm going to do this all again once I have them. And my wife's hair is not included. Come on. Anyway. All right, let's wrap this up. And that's it for today. We'll do a more thorough Devastator review when we've got the other two components, and we'll pit them against the CBB and everybody else. So, for right now, that's what we got. All right. Thank you for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.